Good morning, August 13th. It's a Wednesday. We got a bunch of day games coming through today. So lock in. Oops. Let's get ready to go. And let's have ourselves a good day for once, man. August baseball's been rough. So, for those of you who don't know, I personally am not a fan of day games. I'm not, just in general. So today's going to be probably a light day for me overall. I've never been a fan of them. For multiple reasons. One, I think baseball players are so routine oriented. I mean, you can see it with starting pitchers. If a starting pitcher doesn't have his exact routine down to a T, like they're off. So it's I think it's very similar with batters. Like they just simply aren't getting to the ballpark early enough. I don't know. They don't get enough sleep, whatever it is. I just feel like day games are much more volatile in terms of what actually happens versus what's predictable. So for me, not a huge fan of day games, but if you are, we're going to go through this slate and go through what we can find, starting with game one with the Pirates and the Brewers here. Let's see. We got the Brewers here at minus 214. The line right now is minus 240. Pirates are plus 198. Yeah, there's really nothing here for the money line. It's pretty fair value on both sides. So, yeah, it's extremely fair value on both sides of this one. There's really just not a whole lot for the money line. That being said, player prop wise, we should see some stuff here. Yesterday, I'm kind of upset because I had some people in my Discord who took the Nerfy at minus 186. When I said on the stream, we talked about the Nerfy yesterday at minus 140 is what we had it at. It was minus 186 on the line. I was like, please do yourselves a favor and never take a Nerfy at minus 186. It's just not a real thing. Of course, people in the Discord take the Nerfy because it's Paul Skeens and they just assume that it's going to hit. And of course, Brewers hit a home run in the first. So if you ever see a Nerfy worse than like minus 140, don't touch it, man. Don't touch it. Today's Nerfy in this game is minus 142. Still wouldn't touch it. I still would not touch that. Good morning, Blue Gorilla. I still would not touch that. Who do we got pitching? Brandon Woodruff. Oof. Versus Mitch Keller, which, by the way, now we can click on pitchers on rudebets.com. This site that you guys are seeing right here is rudebets.com. You can get 25% off if you use code RUDE. Come join it. But yeah, we can now click on pitchers, and I've got some of the stats that I find to be the most important to look at that you can see quickly here. So if you click on a pitcher, you can easily quickly see all of his projections, the opponent strikeout rank, the opponent strikeouts per game, but then also more importantly, how the pitcher does in some very key stat categories versus the league average in those stat categories. Definitions at the bottom here. TBF is total batters faced. You can read them. Y'all don't need me to read for you. But basically, I do this instead of Ks per 9. I like to look at total batters faced because I think it gives me more of a... For me, it's just easier to really see how well they do against individual batters. When you look at like a K per 9 ratio, I don't find it to be too valuable because, I mean, most of the times the pitcher's not throwing 9 innings anyway. So a high K per 9 ratio is like, oh, maybe the guy's got like a 10 Ks per 9 ratio. It's like, oh, wow, that's really good. But it doesn't really look too detailed and granular at each batter. Whereas this, when you look at total batters faced, it says he strikes out 18% of the batters he faces. That's, for me, that visually, it's just much easier to digest that. League average is 19%. So, and same thing for home runs, hits, walks, runs per inning pitched. You know, I just find these stats to be a lot easier to digest to get a good picture of how this pitcher does in different stat categories. So is he a good strikeout pitcher? Does he give up a lot of hits? Is he a home run thrower? Like, those are really easy to see when you do it at this level. So that's a new feature that is out on the site. And yeah, against Woodruff, I mean, Pirates didn't score yesterday. I don't really like them today much, honestly. There's not, yeah. I mean, I don't know how you could like the Pirates right now against the Brewers, winners of 11 in a row. Last time they got to 11 games, though, they did lose on the 12th game. So today could be a loss, unless they can break through that hump. What up, Brady? What up, Buzzy? Looking at the Brewers here, pitch mix against Mitch Keller. Let's see what he throws, first of all. Let's just actually figure that out. So 50% of the time he's throwing a fastball. Then the next 18 and 16% kind of a split between a slider and a cutter. Interesting. I mean, his cutter kind of stink. It doesn't stink, but it's not that good at minus 0.82 runs. His slider's not bad, though. 0.5. You sold yourself last night horribly? Yeah. It's been a weird couple days in baseball. A lot of crazy stuff is hitting, and a lot of like stuff that you would expect to hit is just not. So, welcome to volatility and variance. This is a good lesson for sports bettors out there on volatility and variance. You generally see it the most, in my opinion, in MLB in August and NBA in March. Both are like kind of end of season where you have teams that are checking out. You have teams that are feeling a lot of pressure to try to get into the playoffs. People are either really tense or too loose in both of those sports in both of those months. So you generally see a lot of variance in those months. You had Terrain, Cattell, Ohtani. Cash out for the Cattell, Ohtani homers in the ninth. Oh my gosh, Brady. Yikes. The Terrain call is crazy. I 4 homers in 4 games for a guy who has like 20 career home runs is wild. Absolutely wild. Yeah, bro, that's why you just never cash out. Especially like it sounds like you said you lost out on $100, which means you probably only put like what, $1 on the slip? Not even $1. What are you cashing out for? You know what I mean? I'm not owning him. I'm just saying, like, what's the point of cashing out a $1 slip? If you put like $100 on it or something, and you're like, oh shit, like try and hit a homer, these guys haven't. I gotta cash out. Like I could see that. But if you only put $1 on it, what are we cashing out for? Probably excited today of a 4-day streak of being off. Yeah, but still, even the cash out would be like it probably net you like, I don't know, maybe $2. The cash out maybe gave you $1 back. I don't know. I just feel like cashing out anything under like a $10 home run, like I don't even 10. I guess if $10 like you're up like to a $50, $60 cash out, like I could see it. But yeah, I personally would never cash out a dollar slip. Even on the 1 to 1,000, we've gone 3 out of 4 3 times. And I've had cash outs on there on the 1 to 1,000 for like $250, $300. I'm like, no, I'm not going to cash out. It's a dollar slip. In hindsight, obviously, yeah, it would have been a good move to cash out and get the $300. But close to the challenge, it's at the bottom of the screen. Today's a bad day for the challenge, man. Today's a really bad day for the challenge. Let's get back into this Brewers game. I mean, Collins and Frelick, it's hard because like pretty much the entire Brewers offense is free. We still chasing Ivan, huh? Yeah. I mean, it's just such a hard day on the slate. You'll see as we go through this. In order to do the 1 to 1,000 challenge, you need like an average odds of like around 420, 400, at least 420, especially if you're getting like a 20% boost only. So if you go look at the list of guys who are in that range, I mean, especially now in the season, MLB, the home run odds are so bad that like it's hard to find guys in the 420, 425 range that actually hit home runs. So if you go look at that list of guys that we have today in that range, Ivan Herrera is like, I wanted to take Wilson Contreras, and I really wanted to take Juan Soto, but both of them are at plus 300, and I would have to add a 5th leg to the slip to do that, and I'm not adding a 5th leg. It's hard enough to hit 4. So really hard. It's really hard. Need a bank builder? What are we seeing? Well, I'm in the first game of the day so far, so I haven't really seen anything yet. But what I was saying here with the Brewers, I mean, they've basically the entire team has been free on hits, runs, and RBIs for like 2 weeks. So, probably continues. Even coming up with 3-leg homer lays with decent odds is hard. Yeah, it's gotten bad, Brady. It's gotten really bad. The odds for home runs, like the books have just taken advantage of like the trend and like the popularity of it. And they're just scamming people left and right with odds. Yesterday, a bunch of less than 10 homer guys hit. Yeah, I know. Yesterday was a weird day. But then again, it's been kind of weird for a couple weeks now with home runs. A lot of like random guys are hitting home runs that you would never expect. Yeah, so pretty much take anybody on the Brewers for hits, runs, and RBIs today. My favorites would be Yelich, Collins, and Frelick. But yeah, these guys, I mean, it's really hard to not have some Brewers on your slips right now. Let's see if anyone has any history, though, quickly. Collins, no, not against Keller. Frelick might. Frelick's 3 for 10. That's pretty solid. I'm sure Yelich does. Yeah, 6 for 13. Yelich does really well against him. Contreras, 5 for 16. That's pretty good, too. 2 homers for Contreras as well. So, yeah, I mean, you could just take anybody on this lineup right now. 4 for 14. You could take anybody on this lineup. Yeah, it's just insane. Although, what's Terang looking like? See, this is crazy. Terang has a homer in 4 consecutive games, and his total bases per hit versus righties is still below 1.6. That just shows you how, like, little power this guy has had the entire season, and then all of a sudden just, like, is mashing. Terang playing today? I'm not sure. Sometimes he gets off on these. Let's see if there's any news on him. I would think he would play today. Because, oh, here we go. He did get pulled yesterday in the middle of the game. I thought it was because they were blowing them out because they pulled half the team. They sat all the starters in like the 6th inning, including Terang. So I thought it was just because of that. But it looks like he has some sort of like pinky that's bothering him. He says he's not worried about it. I mean, I don't know how you could be worried about it if the guy's hit a home run in 4 straight games with this pinky injury. But yeah, he might not play today. So if he doesn't play today, you probably see Monasterio there. So let's go to game 2. We spent way too much time on that one just to say the Brewers look good offensively. Nationals, Royals. I don't like the challenge today, Seba. I really don't. It was a really tough day. There's not much to craft. There's not much to work off of. Nats at plus 152. Yeah, there's no value on this money line either. Royals are too expensive. Nats are a fair price for being such a bad underdog here. That's the reason it's hitting? I guess so, maybe, right? I guess sometimes that's how it goes. The day that you're like, there's no chance is when it does. You're right. Jake Irvin versus Seth Lugo. I mean, Nats have been playing okay offensively. James Wood could be a good hits, runs, and RBIs guy today. Lugo, let's go look at Lugo's home run rate now that we can do that here. Have I ever done it? No, I've never done it for any other sport before. It's a stupid challenge, but I got too invested in it now that I can't stop. If we look at home runs for Lugo, he actually does give up home runs a little bit more than league average, about 0.5% more. Hits, he's way lower. Walks, he's lower. Runs per inning, he's way lower. Innings pitched per game, pretty solid here. Strikeouts, about average. Lugo's pretty average everywhere. He's pretty average everywhere. That's why you see a lot of these 4 or 5 matchups here. But James Wood could be solid today for hits, runs, and RBIs. It's kind of the only guy I'd look at here. On the other side, Bobby Witt looks really good. Bobby Witt matches up really nicely here against Irvin. 9.07 on the pitch mix, 1.8 total bases per hit. Only a 15% chance at a home run. That's because they're in Kansas City. It's not an easy place to hit home runs by any means. 1 to 1,000 on other sports would be impossible. Yeah, the only thing it would probably be possible on would be like first touchdowns or first baskets, which those are really, really hard. Really, really hard. There's no other sport where you'd really get like a full game of opportunity to hit other than a home run. Bobby Witt, 450 for a homer plus 500. It's not terrible, but I do think Bobby Witt looks really good today for like hits, runs, and RBIs. Same with Pascantino. Pretty much the same guys we liked yesterday. Michael Garcia as well. So kind of like these middle 3 here. All look pretty good for general props. But yeah, there's not much other than James Wood and the Nats. Game 3, Tigers, White Sox. Tigers, White Sox here. 53% chance the Tigers win. How about the Sox winning yesterday? How about the damn Sox winning yesterday, man? Like, what are these playoff teams doing losing to the White Sox? I mean, come on, bro. White Sox were up 1-0 the whole game pretty much, and then decide in like the 7th inning they're going to give up 5 runs. Just crazy. Just crazy. Kerry Carpenter looks solid today overall. I think Kerry matches up pretty well here. 16% chance at a home run, but 2.11 total bases. A little over 2 hits, runs, and RBIs too. So 63% chance that he clears total bases and or hits, runs, and RBIs. Pretty good on the pitch mix against Shane Smith. 0 for 2 versus him, but that doesn't really matter. Riley Green's the only other guy here. 17% chance at a homer. Pretty good on both hits, runs, and RBIs, and total bases as well. If you're looking for like just a hit, Colt Keith, Glaber, Torres, Riley Green, Kerry Carpenter, all four of those guys look pretty good for a hit today as well. On the other side, Talkman. I do like Lennon Sosa today, but does he have lines? This is an important question. Yes, plus 550, plus 480. I don't mind Lennon for a homer today. Colson Montgomery, obviously, as well. Colson Montgomery's data has looked good for a week now, and he hit 3 homers in 4 games. So, yeah, I do like Colson once again here. He's on a heater. You could take him for anything. Doesn't have to be a home run. You could take him for hits, runs, RBIs, total bases as well. But Lennon Sosa is a good long shot today. I do like Lennon. Let's look at Montero real quick. So he doesn't strike out guys that much. Not as high of a rate as league average. So he's below average for strikeouts. He's below average at allowing home runs. He allows more homers than league average. He's below average for hits. He's above average for walks. So he gives up more hits than league average, gives up more home runs than league average, and strikes out less batters than league average. So, yeah, pretty decent matchup today for some of these White Sox. But his pitch mix, though, that is, I mean, well, he's negative with everything. Yeah, he's negative with everything, man. This is a good matchup for White Sox hitters. Colson and Lennon look really good. Game 4, Rockies, Cardinals. Cardinals minus 220. Yeah, fair value for the Cardinals to win this game. As I say every single day, and as was proven right yesterday with the Tigers, there's not any MLB team worth a minus 200. There's just not. It's way too volatile of a sport for a minus 200, minus 220. I mean, Cardinals lost this game yesterday. They lost this game yesterday to Kyle Freeland, who has been horrible. Look at Gomber here. He gives up homers almost 3% more than league average lefties do. Doesn't strike anybody out. Gives up a ton of hits. Doesn't walk people, though. More runs than league average per inning, too. Yeah, Gomber's trash. Gomber's tough. So, going to be a good matchup here for the Cardinals. Once again, just like it was yesterday, which they didn't do anything. You thought of me during that game? You thought of me saying don't take heavy favorites? Yeah. Well, it rings true more often than it doesn't, which is just annoying. Let's see. McGreevy, why do we have such low probability? Oh, here we go. McGreevy doesn't really give up homers, man. He does not really give up home runs. That seems to be why we see such low home run probabilities. He only gives up a homer 1% of the time. So that's why Moniak is plus 500 on the line today, which still honestly isn't even enough. He should be much higher than that. It should be plus 750. It's just a trash day for homers, it looks like, for a lot of these lines. Rockies against McGreevy, really not a whole lot. What's his runs per innings pitched here, too, actually? Yeah, 0.51. So pretty solid, actually. He's been a pretty solid pitcher. That being said, if you did want to take some Rockies today, if you did expect some runs to come across, I mean, top of the order guys for a hit. It's really about it. Tyler Freeman, his pitch mix is pretty tough here, but good batting average, good hits, runs, and RBIs. Hunter Goodman could be solid as well. Oops, we got to go to the Cardinals. Ivan Herrera, yes, we're still chasing him. We are still chasing him. This is the 3rd time he's appeared on a slip now. This is the 3rd time in like a week that he's appeared on a slip. So, I mean, he's got some really good odds here at plus 480, plus 425. I think he's got really good odds for... Jesus, man. His numbers are still so good against lefties. Look, here's my logic on Ivan Herrera. 1, he doesn't play enough. Only 64 at-bats. It's really small sample size. I get that. But 2, he mashes lefties this year. And 3, today he has one of the worst lefties in the league. You got to chase it. You have to chase it. When you're going up against, if you're a guy who mashes lefties and you're going up against a guy like this who gives up a home run 3% more per batter, you got to take it. I have to. So Ivan Herrera, we're going with him. If you don't want to take him, Wilson Contreras. I like him a lot today too. Outside of that, Burleson, Herrera, Donovan, Contreras, all look good. Anyone in the top 4 for hits, runs, and RBIs looks pretty solid today. Game 5, D-backs, Rangers. D-backs, Rangers here. No lines for Wilson yet? Yeah, we'll have to wait and see if he actually plays or not. But if he does, he looks great. If not, we always have Herrera, who looks outstanding. D-backs, Rangers here. Rangers minus 141. They're sitting at minus 152. Whew, another game with a tough line. It's tough to beat these lines today. It is really tough to beat these lines on the money line today. So, Zach Gallen versus Merrill Kelly going up against his old team. Interesting little narrative there. Against Merrill Kelly, let's go look at his stats again. 2.86, so he doesn't give up home runs that much. He's much better than league average with giving up homers and hits, and he's better at strikeouts and better at walks. So, Merrill Kelly, he's a very good pitcher. As you can see right here by the data, he's better than league average in literally every single category, except for innings pitched. That's not really that's just more of a metric to see how long he goes in a game. Against him today, I probably wouldn't be too keen on taking many of these D-backs. Blaze Alexander plus 1,000 for a home run. Technically fair value. He's hit one in a couple games in a row. Other than that, yeah, not really home run friendly. Cattell and Carroll, I mean, maybe they do all right today for like hits or general props. I'd stay away. I would stay away. On the other side, Zach Gallen, he gives up home runs a little bit more than league average. Hits, he's average pretty much everywhere. Average. Just below, yeah. Zach Gallen is pretty much the model pitcher for what a right-handed league average pitcher looks like. He is the definition of league average. So, yeah, there's not a whole lot for homers in this one, but Rowdy Tellez, a little shout out to Rowdy. He doesn't have any lines. Oh, he does have some lines up. Shout out to big Ryan Rowdy Tellez. Could be a good option for a homer today. He's fair value at plus 470. He'd be the one guy I'd look at taking for a homer on this team, if anybody. Other than that, just stick with general props. Game 6, Padres Giants. Giants are just trash. You got to just get the Giants out of here, man. Giants are just awful. Oh my God, they're terrible. Padres minus 154. Yeah, they should take that line pretty easily. Kai Tang, pretty average for a little bit better at strikeouts than league average here, but home runs, hits, yeah, he's a bit better than league average actually. Kai Tang's a little bit better than league average in his couple starts here. Going up against Pivetta though, Pivetta's really good, as you can see here. Pivetta's outstanding. Yeah, there's not really much in this one other than Padres on the money line. I would not take any player props outside of maybe Machado for general props today. Yeah, against Pivetta with this offense as bad as it's been, forget about the Giants. But yeah, overall pretty boring. Not much in that game that I like. Phillies Reds. Phillies minus 126. Yeah, I think that's fair value. You could take the Phillies on the money line here. Chris Sanchez going up against Hunter Green. Let's see here. Hunter Green. Yeah, Schwarber for home runs in play. A little Schwarber home runs in play today. But it is sitting at plus 148. Oy. Christopher Sanchez K's. Yeah, 10th ranked opponent strikeout matchup. Got him going for about 7 today. His line is 5.5. Yeah, 5.5 is pretty good. 5.5 could be pretty good today. I don't mind that. He does strike out batters 4% more per batter than what other lefties do. So I like that. Home runs, he's about on pace. Hits, about on pace. Yeah, for a guy that's been so good when it comes to limiting runs, I mean, Chris Sanchez is pretty average everywhere else. I mean, he's a little bit better on strikeouts, but I think Chris Sanchez's ERA, run numbers, all that stuff is a bit misleading. Hunter Green on the other side should get about 7 Ks, well above league average on strikeouts. Minus 146, 6.5. I don't love it. I don't love his strikeout line today. But it does seem like more of a pitcher's type of game here. Yeah, not much on the either side of this one for batter props. Two good pitchers. Two high strikeout pitchers, too. Probably would stay away from batter props in this one. I mean, Schwarber looks all right, but other than that, yeah, Phillies money line's about it. And it's not even that good of a price. Mariners, Orioles. I like Orioles as a dog here. Logan Gilbert versus Trevor Rogers. Trevor Rogers is like the lone bright spot on the Orioles pitching staff. Look at his numbers here. We'll be chasing Cal. What are you talking about chasing Cal? He's hit like 4 homers in 4 days or whatever. It's not much of a chase. It's not much of a chase. But Trevor Rogers, look at these numbers, man. Look at these numbers for Trevor Rogers. Doesn't give up hits, doesn't really walk anybody, doesn't give up any runs. Goes pretty deep into games, doesn't give up homers, strikes out at a normal rate. Yeah, Trevor Rogers is really good, man. That's solid. And that's why you see these pitch mix ratings. Look at this. Cal Raleigh, I don't think he's going deep today, man. I'm sorry. But, yeah, look at these numbers. These are elite numbers, man. These are elite pitch mix ratings. 2 runs above average on every pitch he throws. It's as good as it gets. That is as good as it gets. Yeah. And Logan Gilbert, though, he's no slouch either, man. Strikes out people 35% of the time. It's one of the highest strikeout rates you're going to find. That's one of the highest strikeout rates you're going to find here. He does give up some homers at about a league average pace, but he doesn't really give up many hits. He doesn't really walk anybody. He gives up a little bit of runs here, but he's very good at the strikeout rate. It's because he's got that nasty splitter, which if we click on like Holiday, for example, 1.31 runs above average on that splitter. He throws it 19% of the time. So Gilbert over 6.5 Ks could be solid here. But yeah, I mean, there's not really any good data points for Mariners hitters today. I don't mind Gunnar today. But Gilbert, like I said, he's pretty good. He had 3 strikeouts, 0 for 5. Yikes. Orioles look rough. Man, you guys are seeing it firsthand with me right here. This slate for player props is brutal. This is a brutal slate. Marlins, Guardians. There's going to be a couple good games here, like 4. It's mapping up to be a pretty tough slate here. Marlins as a dog, Yuri Perez going up against Gavin Williams. I do like that Marlins play today again. I don't think it came through yesterday, but I do like the Marlins as an underdog again today. Yuri Perez is outstanding. He had 1 bad start. It was his last start, and it was his last inning in his last start. Yuri Perez had 4 really good innings, and then 5th inning kind of had a blow up against the Braves. By blow up, I mean he gave up a home run, but he's been so good this year. 0.36 runs per innings pitched only. His walks have been a bit of a struggle, though. He's about average with these walks, which you don't want to see. But he doesn't really give up any hits. He doesn't really give up any home runs. It's really the walks. Do you think Seth Lugo sucks? No, I don't think he sucks. I think he's just pretty average. He's got a couple of really good pitches, though. But overall, his metrics, he's pretty average. Gavin Williams on the other side. Yeah, Yuri's better. Yuri's gonna be a stud. It's only a matter of time. I think Yuri is gonna be. If Yuri was on the Brewers, for example, he'd be a Cy Young pitcher probably. He'd probably be in the talks. Gavin Williams though, he walks people a ton too, man. That's a high walk rate. It's a very high walk rate. So both of these pitchers walk a lot of batters. So maybe you could look at some walks. I do like Stowers today for a home run, and then on the other side, not really. Yuri over 4.5. It's okay. I'm at 5. It's okay. Twins, Yankees. Oh, excuse me. I mean, Twins with Joe Ryan. Joe Ryan's a stud. His line is 6.5 though. It's a high line. I don't know that I would take him over 6.5. Yeah, I don't know that I'd take him over 6.5. But for 6, that could be decent. There are some home run plays in this game, though. Buxton, Clemens, Keishel all look good for homers today. Larnach's decent. On the other side, I wouldn't take any Yankees today. Yo, Petty Queen, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. I appreciate it. Welcome in. I appreciate it. And congrats. I saw you hit partner. Congrats on that. That's huge. That's huge. Look at Joe Ryan's numbers again real quick. Home runs per total batters faced, 2.90. Not that bad. Twins money line, it could be in play today. It could be a decent dog. It's just they got to hit those homers. And they got to limit the Yankees homers. We say it every single day. If you can avoid home runs on the Yankees, then you can win the game pretty easily. So, I don't mind it. But yeah, there's a lot of good home run options here. Schlittler, 5% of batters hit a home run off him. Very high home run rate. So, yeah, we want to see some homers today from the Twins. Keishel's a good long shot. So is Clemens. Clemens and Buxton are good fair value. Cubs, Jays. Yesterday we called out Dalton Varsho against Ben Brown. Ben Brown got pulled as a starter. I was really bummed about that. Then he ends up coming in the 8th inning, and Dalton Varsho still hits the home run off of him. How about a read? How about a freaking read? How about a freaking read on that one, man? Oh, my God, that was so funny. I was so bummed when Ben Brown got pulled. I was like, no, the Dalton Varsho play is no longer what the read was. And then he just comes in at the end of the game to give up the home run anyway. It was so funny. It was magical. It was magical how that played out. Had Varsho, Soto, Rooker, went 1 of 3. Yeah. Soto, I mean, everybody else on the Mets hit a home run except Soto. Like, literally their whole lineup hit a home run. Everyone except freaking Juan Soto, man. But yeah, I mean, this game, I would just take whoever's the underdog here. Yeah, I guess Cubs, technically. Cade Horton's been really good, though. So, yeah, I could see it. Soto going today? I do think so. I think he is going deep today. Sorry, I'm exhausted, man. I think Soto's going deep today. Cubs look pretty good here offensively. Seiya for homer's okay. Pete's PCA's okay. I'd be more so on Pete for general props. Michael Busch, once again, yesterday we liked him for hits, runs, and RBIs. I like him today again for general props. On the other side, Dalton Varsho, once again, not bad. Best option for a homer here. I don't think anybody's worth $600 million. Sorry, not in baseball. Maybe Shohei. Even that's like close. You know what I mean? Because he can't pitch every day. He's not hitting home runs every day. But Dalton Varsho is back again as another good home run option. I mean, here's the thing: if they're going to give you Dalton Varsho at plus 450 against a righty, you got to take it. Like I don't care if he hit a home run yesterday and the day before and the day before and the day before and the day before. Eventually, Dalton Varsho is going to be in the plus 300s and possibly the plus 200s. So while they're still going to give it to us at plus 450, I feel like you got to take it. Look at these numbers. These are as good as Schwarber. This is as good of a home run ratio as Schwarber has. His total bases per hit's probably number one in the MLB. Versus righties, it's up there. It's up there. I mean, Turang is plus 850, yeah. That's crazy, though, because Turang doesn't actually have power numbers. Varsho has, like, slugger numbers. Varsho has slugger numbers. Red Sox, Astros. We got the Bregman call right. Give me the Astros here today, minus 158. Astros win this one. Walker Buehler versus Hunter Brown. Yeah, there's not really anybody on the Red Sox to take against Hunter Brown. He's too good of a pitcher. I'll pull up his numbers for y'all to read. There you go. There's Hunter Brown's numbers, man. Very high strikeout rate. Very low hits rate. Very low runs rate. Very low walk rate. Very low home run rate. Hunter Brown's very good. So, not really anybody to touch on the Red Sox today. On the other side, I think you can rip any of these guys, man. Hits, runs, and RBIs wise, yeah. Walker Buehler, not a good pitcher. Had a Linsanity run in the World Series, but not a good pitcher, really. Higher home run rate, higher hits rate, higher walk rate. He's below league average in everything, man. He's worse than league average in everything. So you can have your way with these guys hitting 287, 279, 321, 274. A lot of guys who do really well versus righties. Should be a lot of hits, runs, and RBIs in this game. Specifically for these top three in the order. Braves, Mets. We talked about Soto going deep. You can see it here. Juan Soto, 36% chance. Pete Alonso, 30% chance. Brandon Nimmo, 22% chance. Lindor, 23% chance. A lot of guys to take today on the Mets. A lot of guys to take today on the Mets for homers. Mets should win this game, minus 203. That's what their line is, minus 205. Not worth it. There's nobody to take against David Peterson here. There's nobody to take on the Braves today. But I think we do have some pretty good options here today on the Mets. So, slice and dice however you want. But for me, Soto's my number one. Pete Alonso's number two here. Both of these guys are great for home runs today. I think Soto gets it done. Good pitch mix, too. Nimmo's a good option, too, though. So, anybody in the top four here. Even McNeil could be a good option. Or Mullins. So, yeah, Mets against Carrasco. Terrible with hits, bad with homers, doesn't strike anybody out. Yeah. Paints a pretty good picture that the Mets are going to have a good day today again, just like yesterday. Should hit around a lot. Dodgers, Angels. Dodgers minus 211. That's pretty much what their line is. So, Ohtani versus Hendricks. Ohtani pitching and probably hitting a home run today. Ohtani's probably hitting a home run today. That being said, his line is a whopping plus 148. Yeah. Plus 148 for a homer. So, at that point, why? You know what? Let me just look at something real quick. Let me just see something here. This used to be a little edge I had. I don't know if it still exists. Nope. I was going to say, taking him over 3.5 total bases, Ohtani for 4 total bases, that used to be better odds than a home run. Not anymore. It's plus 110. Plus 110 for 4 bases, which is crazy. Just insane. But, actually, let's see what we have that at. Total bases. Plus 250. Yeah. So. Max Muncy looks really good for a home run today, too. I do like Max Muncy as well. On the other side, against Ohtani, yeah, there's no one you're taking. Angels aren't going to hit Ohtani today. They're just not. And then Rays, A's. A massive disappointment yesterday after a banger of a game in Game 1. This game was a banger in game 1. You used to do the 4-base thing? Yeah, I found that a few years ago, and that was nice. Instead of taking home run slips, I would just take all those guys for 4 bases, and it was way better odds every time. And there were many times where I get bailed out by a guy hitting like 2 doubles. Like Judge, I'd have Judge on like a 4 bases slip, and he'd hit 2 doubles, and it would cash. I'd be like, okay, sweet. That was such an elite move. Bummer that doesn't exist. Only doubles are the way to go, chalk guys. I agree. I think it's a much better value play. It's a much better value play. Once again, hopefully a banger of a game here. I don't really like anybody on the. I'm just gonna say it right away. A's against Rasmussen. Not a huge fan. Not a huge fan of anybody against Rasmussen here. But against JT Ginn, I love Brandon Lowe today, and I love Caminero. Both look really good for homers. So, and then Brandon Lowe, I got him at like 450. I got him at like 450. So, I don't see Kurtz hitting a home run today either. Rasmussen just doesn't really give up home runs, though. All right, I mean, that's kind of about it. I mean, if we look at these home run leaderboard, Ohtani, Soto, Lowe, Buxton, Clemens, Alonso, Colson, Jr., Schwarber, Keishel. You can expand this out. Go look at 50 different people, right? Click on anybody, get the info. If we look at the pitcher strikeouts here, we got really good green matchups at the top of the board. So, really good day for strikeouts. Target your strikeouts today, man. Great matchups with great strikeout pitchers. We have not seen this in a few days, where green matchups with good pitchers. Usually the green matchups are for like these guys down here. But today we got the high projection guys with the high matchups. So very good sign for strikeouts today. Very good sign for strikeouts today. Pitch mix ratings. Yeah, Bobby Witt's up there. Muncy. Some decent pitch mixes. Anything above 8 is what I like to look for as like a mega good matchup. So, yeah. Interesting day. Not a lot on money lines. Not a lot of good odds on home runs. We got some good probabilities here, as you can see. Not a lot of good odds. But there's some stuff to work with today. There's definitely some stuff to work with today. Pitcher strikeouts looks really good. Money lines are a bit rough today. But there are some things to work with hits, runs, and RBIs, total bases, hits. Definitely some stuff to hit. When we hit challenge, I'm going to sign up for the site. Shit looks fire. I would sign up before. I wouldn't wait on a 1 to 1,000 challenge. Because you know why? You could sign up, get in here, play around, and make your own slips each day. And you're not stuck tailing 1 plus 100,000 odds slip a day and hoping it hits. I'd get in here and play with the data. It's $15 a week. With that 25% off code, it's less than $1 a day. Less than $1 a day. So do it. Do what you want. Do what you want. I'm just saying. If you're waiting for the challenge to hit, you might not be joining for a while where you're probably leaving money on the table. You know, you could use this and make some bangers. So, all right. Good luck today, y'all. I'll catch you tomorrow. Peace out.